Hey guys, it's Ghosdee, and today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite scenes from horror films. When I first came up with this idea, I didn't realize how challenging it would be. It was hard for me to pick a scene because there were a lot of films that I just liked the whole movie and I couldn't just pick a scene. I tried really hard to come up with 10. But I just came up with 9. The first scene is from the movie Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship is an early 2000s horror film about a crew of people that salvage things from ships. They go on a ship. Obviously, they are invited by this random guy to go discover this ship and see what's on the ship. And it turns out that this ship is a ship. I said ship a lot. Years ago, a bunch of fucking people died on it, and there's an opening scene where you see all these people die, but they don't really explain anything. The scene that I like the most from this film is the end scene when they reveal what actually happens, mostly because it's a fucking bloodbath. People are being poisoned, people are being shot, people are being cut with a wire while dancing on the floor. Everything you could ever want in a movie when it comes down to kills is in this film. There's this weird rock kind of deftone sounding song. It goes with the editing very well. It's the ultimate early 2000s type of horror movie editing. The best part is that towards the end of the scene where you're getting closer to who's behind all the killings and the backstabbing, this woman you think is behind it because she's the last one standing. Some guy comes up to her. She's about to kiss him, oh, we did it together, some Bonnie and Clyde shit. He takes his hook and it fucking hooks her in the mouth and she's strung up, just hanging there. I saw that as a kid and I was like, this is so scary in the best way possible. Every single time I see that, I get goosebumps. The next scene is from the movie Death Proof. This is a mid-2000s film by Quentin Tarantino. It was actually a part of a double feature, Grindhouse. It was Planet Terror and then Death Proof. Death Proof is this film about a stuntman that uses his car to kill people. He sets out to kill a group of girls and they basically whip his ass. Before he gets there, he meets another group of girls at a bar or whatever. They leave. They're just driving and then he fucking kills them. This crash scene is amazing. What's happening are the girls are in the car listening to the song, jamming, you're with the girls, windows down. He speeds past them but they don't acknowledge it. He turns around, turns his light off and just speeds towards them. As soon as he's right there, he turns his lights back on and then crashes into them. The movie restarts back from when he turns his light on just so we can see how each girl died, which is fucking spectacular. One of the girls, her foot is outside the window while they're driving and her foot just goes through the car door, completely severed from her body. That just really captivated me when I first saw it. I don't have any real reasons why I like it besides the way they died was cool. The next scene is from Resident Evil. It's an early 2000s zombie film. Resident Evil is honestly really dear to me. Definitely contributes a lot to my love for horror. The scene that I want to talk about is when they first encountered the zombies. And I will say that it was honestly between this scene and the laser scene where the team gets trapped in their hallway and all the lasers start killing them, because that's pretty fucking cool too. But something about the scene when they first encountered the zombies, how that terrified me as a kid. I still feel that emotion when I watch it and I just feel a little bit more connected to it. Michelle Rodriguez, who is Bae, finds what she thinks is a survivor. It's obviously a fucking zombie. And she bites her. Immediately she's like, I gotta kill her. The team is just like, why'd you kill the survivor? She's like, she's crazy, she bit me. And they get quiet because they hear something dragging across the cement. It's a zombie holding an axe. I don't know why he's holding an axe, but he's holding an axe. They just start showing us all these other zombies and are like, they're everywhere. What are we gonna do? Michelle Rodriguez is like, we're gonna fucking kill them. That whole scene is really chaotic. The music is really gritty and rockish, and that was so my vibe when I was a kid. This next scene is from It 2017. I chose this scene because what it says about the film and what it says about Stephen King. The rock fight. I think the rock fight captures the essence of Stephen King so much. When I think about Stephen King, I think about adolescence and I think about the 80s. That is adolescence, 80s written all over it. I feel like it's really sudden, like you don't expect it. Pennywise just like showed his face to Mike, so you think some shit's about to go down, but no, it's a fucking rock fight. It also kind of just shows us like how powerful the losers are when they're all together, because they took down Henry Brower's crew of assholes. It was a nice pick-me-up in the middle of the film. Whenever I read like Stephen King and I'm reading about kids, I just think about that scene. That scene is Stephen King all the way. The next scene is from 13 Ghosts. 13 Ghosts is another early 2000s film. It is a remake of, I cannot remember that guy's name, but I know his name. He was the king of gimmicks. His original came out sometime, can't give you a time, but it came out. A lot of people think that it doesn't do the original justice. I quite frankly don't care. I think the original is good for what it is, and I think that this remake is good for what it is. I love Matthew Lillard, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the scene where they talk about all the ghosts. I can just rewatch just that scene. It's something about putting a name to these ghosts you're already freaking terrified of that makes them 10 times more terrifying and 10 times more real. There are goosebumps every single time. Also, I'm a fan of the weird cut editing, that whole like fast cutting. I just love all of the ghosts, and I'm hands down terrified of all of them for sure. The next scene is from the movie 28 Weeks Later. It's another early 2000s zombie film. Can we talk about this opening scene? 28 Weeks Later is a sequel to 28 Days Later. By now, you kind of already know that these zombies are super zombies. They're here to fuck shit up. You're immediately thrown into this world of chaos. This dad just dips on his family. He's running for his life. You just see all these zombies coming for him. This score, I can't even explain how amazing and on point this score is because of how dark it is. It builds and then the music stops and he's just like, shit. The next scene is from Get Out. I've kind of already talked about this in one of my previous videos. I love the final act, mostly because, as I mentioned before, you never really see a protagonist effortlessly kill someone or kill their enemy. Like, there's always like the final battle where you're like, are they actually gonna make it? But there was like none of that with Chris. It just reiterates everything that this movie is trying to prove. Black people, we're kind of ghosts. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. This next scene is from Carrie, the infamous prom scene. This scene is directed and edited and like down to the sound editing. And the bucket of blood immediately hits her. It's silence. All you get are reactions. You hear like the bucket swinging. And I love that it's silent, but you're still seeing people reacting. That's such an interesting juxtaposition. I think because at this point we're in Carrie's mind. When something messed up is happening, you get in your head. It's kind of like you can't hear anything, but you can still see everything around you. Furthermore, to get like, we're in Carrie's head, things get red when she starts doing her shit. It literally goes from like silence to laughter to, okay, I'm killing these people now because fuck them. I really love the use of split scenes to show like what's happening on Carrie's face while she's committing her shit. I can appreciate this as art in a horror film. Of course, I saved the best for last. I had to put Saw in here. It was really hard for me to pick which Saw twist ending goes in this video. And I went with Saw 2. Saw 1, visceral response. I couldn't finish the movie. I did not know the ending of Saw for a very long time. But Saw 2, did not see that shit coming. Just to see Amanda be a fucking badass, I spent like the whole movie like, why the fuck does she get back in this game? And it's like, oh, she's an accomplice, she's a badass bitch, okay, that's why. The whole movie you like want to feel bad for Eric, and then you get to the end and you're just like, fuck him. And this whole like, what? This was recorded hours ago? He was in a safe place this whole time. His son was in the safe. And then cue Saw's theme, Hello Zep.
Hello, Eric. You probably don't even remember me, but you changed my life once.
Which is like the best score from any horror movie, hands down. I love you, John Carpenter. Halloween's theme is pretty great, but I'm sorry, Charlie Clouser Got You Beat was the hellos up. I'm just saying. The twist makes you want to rewatch the movie because you were just like, Jigsaw was straight up giving him clues the whole time. He was really like telling Eric to just chill, and Eric is like a dick. Yes, I was happy to see that he was still alive in the fourth one because I love him. He's also a bona fide dick and he's a bad cop. I had to have Saw in here. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you want to see more of my videos, you can subscribe. If you want to get updates on movies that I'm currently reviewing and watching, follow me on Letterboxd at Ghosdee. If you want to hear me scream into the void, follow me on Twitter at Ghosdee. See you in the next video.